Hi everyone, Mary at Espresso Press Design. Welcome. Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a very nice Merry Christmas. Today we're going to be doing stencil masterboards. But first, a little show and tell and thank yous as always. Thank you to, I'm just going to say Sensei, because I could not pronounce that entire name. Dorothy, Susan, and Michelle. And thank you to everyone who watches the video and gives your kind comments. I appreciate it very much. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I got a cold for Christmas, so if I begin losing my voice, that's why. But a little show and tell. I have a new set of collage papers. I think they're called Valentine Collage. 5 sheets. And is it too early for Valentine's Day? I don't know, but at least for once I'm ahead of the curve. And I am trying to restock my holiday section as best I can. Oh, that's another one. That's snowflakes. I don't know if that'll be coming or not. We'll see. So Valentine Collage. Very pretty. Okay, today we're going to be doing stencil masterboards. This is my only masterboard in the journal card series because I didn't see any point in doing what has already been done 50 million times. So I got inspired by this design and I decided to try it, and it's a lot of fun because it's surprise. So to prepare ahead of time, what you'll be needing are 2 stencils of your choice. Now it would be very nice if you had one with a leaf pattern. I did go through my stencils and I do have one that might work as a leaf pattern. I'm not sure if I'll be doing the same one or not. The same design. I chose feathers. If you don't have stencils, you can choose any type of thing that might make a pattern. Use your die cut negatives. That would also work. But you'll need a stencil with 2 designs, and one is a focal point and one would be more like a background. Something like, I'm going to choose one of these, probably. And then, for the sake of time, I prepared some sheets. I might be getting up here in a second, but you'll want some background papers. Now these can be anything. You'll want them to have a little texture, but not so much texture that you're going to lose your stencil in the design. You're going to want your stencil to stand out. So I went with markers and then I didn't like that, so I switched to watercolor. Let me get this pile here. This might work. If you have some of your jelly prints backgrounds that didn't quite turn out as you hoped, you can use those. Anything with a background. And I already did that for the sake of time. So I'm going to choose I just chose one color yesterday, but today I'm going to choose two colors and mix them a little bit, I think. And well, I guess I'm going to go with, don't think I want any purple, so I'm going to go with these two. Because I want kind of a mixture today. And this is a lot of fun. So let me get my, and you're going to want a background, a base. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to be using a smaller base, but normally you would probably choose a 8.5 by 11 cardstock for a base. So I'm just going to be choosing a smaller one for the sake of time. And I'm going to choose this stencil. Don't want that. Don't think. And the inspiration had leaves, but I really don't have any stencils with leaves. So I think I'm just going to go with the feather again. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm using my Stampin' Up! Ink for your sake, because I know it's really juicy and really dark and it's going to show up. Now I could use black, but I'm not really a... Sometimes I don't like black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around this. I'm going to choose a different feather this time, just so I don't end up with everything the same. And I'm going to randomly go around this. Oh good, I have my guillotine here. And just stencil some designs with my first stencil. And if you're more comfortable taping it down, be my guest. If you're more comfortable using a brush, be my guest. This turned out to be fun. You know, I mean, I liked the idea. I wish, I don't know, I have to work a little more on backgrounds. My markers, I don't know, I didn't spray enough water and they got a little too textured. And I'm suggesting just sticking with two designs because I didn't see a lot of extra design work in these. Basically just one or two images. But it's a way to salvage your backgrounds if you don't particularly like them. So I'm just randomly going around here, trying to make sure I have something everywhere. With my first stencil. And then I'm going to do some off the page. So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. We did, until I started feeling sick. And I went to bed with a hot water bottle. Took 2 of my elixir and felt much better when I woke up. I'm not going to tell you my elixir, but it works every time. And I thought maybe my husband got it, but he didn't, thankfully. Okay, I think that's sufficient for that one. Now I'm going to move on. I don't know, this one I'm always prone to dots, so I think every other pattern either doesn't go or, well, okay, maybe this one might go. Okay, let's be different. Just going to go in here now and fill in some little spaces a little bit with my second stencil. And I know my hands are going to turn blue. So we had, everything this year was kind of untraditional. Not that we haven't done this before, but we had lasagna. My husband makes lasagna from scratch, the Italian way. Takes 2 days. For one day he makes the sauce, and the next day he makes the noodles. It was delicious. And then I made a caramelized pear cake. I think I might need a feather in there. A little bit of a feather. It's a little too much space. Maybe in there too. And we had very peaceful day. Watched a movie. Chose one I never saw before. Thought it was supposed to be about Christmas, but it was Somerset Maugham, so I don't know if I'm saying that right. So it was kind of dark. But I guess in the end it worked out okay. Got some great news, great news. My daughter got accepted at the college of her choice. It was wonderful. She was over the moon. She works very hard. Now we just have to hope we can afford it. Which if we don't, I'll be quitting and going to work, back to work somewhere. Because she's the most important thing, and the only reason I'm doing this is for my daughter's future. Okay, there's one. That looks pretty good. So moving on, and I'm also going to use blue on this one. That's why I wanted to choose a different background. And I'm going to choose the same feather because I'm going to be mixing these on the same card. Where are we? 17. So, I don't know how long this, I didn't time myself. But I don't think it took that long. I hope you'll stay with me. So yes, we were very happy. For my daughter. She wants to be an English major. She's a very good writer. I'm not a good writer, although I have written 3 books. I'm not nowhere near as good as her. She could be, well, I just sound like I'm bragging. The typical mother. She could be a, she's written some book essays. She could be a critic for the New York Times already. And she does write a blog for our pet rescue as part of her service hours. 15 more to go and she'll be done with that. For the year, the end of service hours. Can't say I'm not. I think that's actually stupid. When I went to school, that kind of thing wasn't mandatory. It was just expected. And you just did it naturally and organically. Because your teacher, well, the teacher didn't even come up with it most of the time. The students did. And if we needed money for something or whatever, it was always the students that took the initiative. It was always the students that took the initiative to do something nice for the community as well. So I have no idea why they suddenly had to make it mandatory as part of their grade requirements. That is probably going to need something, so I'm going to go in there right now before I discover it later. So, I got my guillotine for Christmas. As far as craft items, my big guillotine. Yay. No more buying blades, hopefully. Or no, I'm going to buy one more blade for that trimmer, and then I'll be using it so less that hopefully it will last at least a year. The guillotine is self-sharpening, which is what I wanted. And what else did I get? A few embossing folders. Had some more time to play around with AI. It's okay. It's okay if you can get it to do what you want. I got a really weird chimeric Santa Claus. It's part Santa, part reindeer. I don't know what it was, actually. But I will say it's not original, and I can probably now confidently say I can spot AI a mile away. Not to mention, if you forget to tell it to tone down the color, it looks like Lisa Frank on LSD in a Crayola factory. So, I don't know. I think it'll, in the end, I think it's going to take a long time, but in the end, I think it'll just lend more value to the human touch. But I'll probably be dead before that happens, so, because it looks like cookie cutter. Okay. So I hope you're going to stay with me here, because now we're on the second part only, and we still have to glue to the base. Okay, part 2. Now you can do this any way you want. You can cut, you can tear, but I personally chose straight edges. So I'm going to flip this over. Okay, let me put these somewhere because I don't want these mixed up. I don't want to use 2 different days' work here. Flip this over. And I'm going to surprise cut. Different sizes. Okay, number 2, look at this. And by the way, I have a great, I should have brought that spray down here. Bell's Naphtha removes ink immediately. I make my own laundry soap. Well, I tried it. It was something I always wanted to try. So I finally did. And I took some and put it in a spray bottle for a pre-laundry spray and a cleaner. And it is excellent. Probably the best cleaner I've ever used. Make your sink, your stainless steel sink shine like diamonds. And your stove. Never saw anything. It works even better than awesome. So go find one of those homemade laundry detergent. Has Bell's Naphtha, washing soda, and borax. It removed all that blue from my hands yesterday immediately. And it's, personally, I think it's more gentle than bleach. Because you know, the blue and the red take forever to get off your hands. So, okay. Almost done here. I don't know how I'm going to do my edges, but... And I hope I didn't make these too busy. But I think this is cool. Okay. Now on to the gluing. Do I dare? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, now I have my two piles. Just gonna choose one to start here that looks nice and straight, because that'll be my guide. Hopefully I have enough room here. Yes, this will be my guide. And I know I went through the press. I have this paper that I picked up. Thought it was copy paper, but it's not. So then I doesn't seem to glue as well as copy paper. It's like a, I don't know what it is, computer paper, I guess. Or maybe it's copier paper. Okay. I'm going to try not to overthink this, but at the same time, I I don't want to be completely willy-nilly either. I think I might go with that instead. I like that. I'm just having to make sure here because I'm going to be cutting this again. So work. So what else? What else did we do? Nothing. Except went to Mass. Twice. I did make Christmas cookies. I don't know if I said that or not. I might make some more. I used to do them all the time, but now, I don't know. I gave up eating so much sugar that I quit making them for a while. I want some smaller. And then my daughter wanted some, so I caved. I lost 40 pounds. Just by cutting out sugar. Sugar only, not carbs, just sugar. And that was in March of 2022. I don't like that one. Okay. I could spend all day thinking about this, but I'm trying not to. Because I don't want to run out of digital space either. Yes, so I began in March of 2022, and by November I had lost 40 pounds. It wasn't anything that's a little crooked, I can tell. But you know what, I'm just going to straighten it up with the next one. It wasn't anything earth-shattering. It was about 4 pounds a month. I'm going to have an odd little line there, but is what it is, because that one's crooked. That would be one benefit to tearing. Don't have to worry about that. Come on, now you're not going to stick to each other. And so far I've managed to keep 35 of it off. I know I've been eating candy like crazy lately. I switched to stevia. That was part of my plan. And that, oh, that actually needs a, well, no, I can't. I'm trying to go opposite here too. Maybe I shouldn't have chose two colors. So anyway, no blue. I really want a thinner piece. Do I have any thin? There, that'll work. That'll work. I want that there. I probably should have had one of these prepared too. That would have been smart. Just go there. That's going to be a tiny one. Let's hope you stay. Okay, green. Still don't like that one. That's better. And another tiny blue. Come on. 40. Tiny blue. You're not big enough. Not big enough. There's that little one. Okay. I know if I cut this, I'm not going to do it right. I'm gonna try. Close enough. Okay, let's hope you're glued down enough. Let me trim this. Okay, here we go. I can already tell. Have some things lifting here. Let me just prepare this before I run it through the trimmer again. And then I just went with, measured my piece and then cut it accordingly. So this is 8 1/4. Yeah, looks like it's going to be about the same. Okay, 4 1/8. How did I do that? I thought I did it in half. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay. What's the half? 6, 3, about 3. Now I would normally be running this through the press just to make sure everything, and you can see already I have a tiny edge there. I'd be running that through the press. Make sure everything, I might end up doing something else on that edge there, as you can see. And then about 4 1/8. Oh, this was also supposed to be a surprise cut. So keep that in mind. That was supposed to be a surprise cut too. So let me do this one right. And then voila! You turn it over. And you're ended up with your design. I think they're cool. Everyone is different. Maybe I did a little too much design, and then some areas, if you think it needs something else like that area right there, I'd probably go in and put a little more. But I think the rest are pretty much okay. And okay, how much? 46. And then these ones I just did a corner round, but you know what? I kind of like them like they are, so I think I'm just gonna leave them. Okay, everyone. I know this was long, but your Masterboard stencil cards. And I think this is it for the journal card series. I'm pretty sure it's going to be it, but we'll see. So thank you for spending so much time on this project. I hope you'll try it out. It is a lot of fun. It would be great for winter journals if you have like snowflake stencil or leaves or twigs or something like that. But I don't. But I wanted to save this because it's great for winter journals if you just use the appropriate colors. Okay, thanks again. I'll see you next time. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.